Hey everybody, this is going to be a quick review of the Craftsman Universal Max Axess driver set. And what this is a 32-piece driver set, which has a go-through driver, bit adapter, 20 screwdriver bits, 9 sockets, and an extension. The driver is it's comfortable in your hand. Has some hard plastic and some, I want to say, silicone rubber. It's kind of grippy. Works well. You can take the driver and the adapter, and then you get a stubby screwdriver. Let's get one of the bits. I will say the bits are kind of difficult to get out of the little plastic holders, but it's used the way it is. So there is a little bit of a, you can hear that play. So it does rattle a little bit if you're going back and forth. So the bits or the sockets are all interchangeable with their other, they're calling quarter inch. I don't know how they get quarter inch with something that large, but if you have one of their other sets, you can interchange them. So I was in Sears and I ended up purchasing this. It was total impulse buy, and I got it because I have a lot of security bits, and the existing set I use, this cheapo set, you can see how the driver's kind of walked away. For some reason I keep losing my tools, which is one of the reasons why I like this blow molded case. You can quickly tell if anything's missing. So that's one of the things I do not like about this set is that when you assemble the extension on that driver, it's got a little bit of play and there's a little bit of deflection. You can see that. But other than that, it works really good. The bits don't fall out. The sockets don't fall out, even though they wiggle and waggle. So I like it a lot. It's earned a place in my toolbox. There is one issue though, is that if you are trying to get at a screw that's in a recessed area, so if you have a plastic case on a piece of equipment and they have a cylinder going down to the screw, and the screw may be recessed a couple inches inside the case, obviously this is going to be way too big to get at. So the solution to that would be to get a standard extension, and this is actually comes with some of the bit sets. So what you can do is insert the bit extension, and there you go. You get it down there. So far, it has worked out really well. So I like it. Now another reason some people would buy it would be that they have the universal sockets. Now they claim these sockets will take standard hex heads, external torques, 12-point spline square, and even take off partially rounded bolts. Well, I'm not really sold on it, because the teeth that grab the corners, they only will grab the corners, and I'm kind of the opinion, well, wouldn't that round off the bolts even further? So they do have, even with their other sets or socket sets, they do have 6-point and 12-point. And as I probably mentioned, these are all interchangeable, so you can use sockets from the other sets. Now, that's only true if you are interchanging sockets that are in the same family. So a little bit of history is this idea is actually pretty old of having go-through sockets. In fact, I think in the 80s there was a company that manufactured them. It didn't do well. They went out of business. And Gear Wrench came out with this design. So if I could get a bigger one so you can see a little bit, you'll see that it has some ridges and some an area for the driver ratchet to grab onto. This was actually first commercially sold in mass by Gear Wrench. Now these sets, every go-through set that I've seen, are manufactured almost entirely in Taiwan and China. So if you want to buy American, you're not going to be able to buy these. Another thing is that if you purchase these, you purchase a set by Cobalt, the shaft is different. So you cannot interchange go-through sockets from one set to another, unlike the conventional 1/4 inch, 3/8 inch, 1/2 inch drive systems, where you can buy a socket from Snap-on and buy a ratchet from, say, SK or Armstrong or Stanley. You can use sockets from one manufacturer to another. In this case, you can't. So they haven't been standardized yet. It'll be interesting to see in the next 10 years whether or not they start to standardize on a single socket platform. But right now you have to be a little bit cautious when you're ordering stuff from different manufacturers. And a lot of the manufacturers now will basically buy this stuff from OEM manufacturers, slap their name on it, and start selling it. Now, the Craftsman stuff, I think, is actually starting to become a little bit popular because the idea is that you buy one set and you can use it for all these different screw or head types. And it's really alluring to say to yourself, I'll buy a small set of ratchets and sockets instead of having a big toolbox just filled to the brim with lots of stuff. So for do-it-yourselfers and non-professionals, I think that's the market where they're going through. Everybody that I've known who's purchased one of these sets who's actually a professional mechanic, it's a great idea. It just sits in their box and they never really use it. So I'm not sure if it's just force of habit, they reach for the same tool over and over again because it works, or they just can't find a use for it. But anyway, this works really well, and it's earned a place in my electronics toolbox. So if you like the review, comment, subscribe, take it easy.